The Seagulls have missed finals the past 2 years, but in 2024, I think they can bounce back into contention. And the $2.40 that's currently available to make the top eight, I feel like is a touch of overs. Overall, on paper and statistically, they are a good side. Just didn't really put it together for wins last season. They're the number 6 ranked attack and number 4 ranked defense. So good on both sides of the ball, which holds them in good stead to make a run at the finals. Obviously, the key with Manly is staying fit and healthy, especially Tom Trbojevic. When he's missing half the season makes it really difficult for the Seagulls to make the finals. And this year, they get Luke Brooks coming across from the West Tigers to partner with Daly Cherry Evans in the halves, which I think tightens up their halves combination. And I think that, along with staying fit and healthy, can push them into the top eight. Last season, they finished on 11 wins. The bookies have set the total this year at 12.5 season. They're expecting a little bit of improvement, but I think they can go even further and win 13, maybe 14 games at absolute best this season. Just need to convert their chances a little bit more, which Brooks coming into the lineup and also Trbojevic staying healthy are going to be key to that. They're a fairly solid team in close games that we've seen over the previous seasons. Finished in the top 4 back in 2021. Definitely solid enough away from home. Could improve slightly at home, but reliable as a favorite last season. Just couldn't get it done as an underdog. This year, they actually have an easier schedule as well than last season. In 2023, they had the second hardest schedule. This year, they have the 12th ranked schedule. So a few points easier from the scheduling. And then if we look a little bit deeper at their attack and defense, they're kind of mid-pack in points for and also points conceded, ranked 9th in both of those categories. Like the fact they're ranked 5th in meters gained per point. So that shows they are taking some of their opportunities, but definitely could be doing more. Definitely need to get the ball down into the attacking zone more often, though. Just very low, ranked 14th in meters gained. Line breaks ranked 8th and tackle breaks ranked 12th. So I think they could generate a few more line breaks this season, or it might drop off a little bit. And then errors wise, a lot of those other statistics, they are pretty much mid-pack. Just need to forward pack wise improve their meters gained and meters per play. Defensively, just giving up a few too many points in the first halves of matches. Not too many meters per play. So defensively, they're fairly strong. Just I feel like the key with Manly is just they're not controlling field position enough to give their playmakers that opportunity, and they do rely heavily on Cherry Evans' kicking game. If we look at the kick defusal for opponents, Manly's kicking game is most difficult to stop for opposition sides. So from that perspective, that all looks fairly solid, and they're ranked number 1 in missed tackles. So defensively, they are doing pretty well. They're stopping post-contact meters as well, which goes hand in hand with missed tackles majority of the time. And so I think overall, the Seagulls are a team that can be right up there this season. From a betting perspective, we look at their ATS records. The Seagulls were 12-12 last year, so pretty much completely even for almost all trends. As a 12.5 plus underdog, they did cover both of those games. Nothing that really stands out. Have a quick look at their full-on breakdown over previous seasons just to see if we can spot any other trends. So this is their ATS betting records. Fairly solid during the mid part of the season. Losing record against the spread away from home. Winning record as an underdog. Losing record as a favorite. And winning record against the spread in day games and losing record in night games. Then we'll take a look at their total betting records. They're a slight under team last season at home. 8 of 12 games went under. So pushing slightly towards the under there. Also games where the total was 46.5 or greater. 4 of those 5 games went over, so that swung the opposite way. So games that were expected to be high scoring were, and then night games 9 of 14 went under the total. So that's interesting. Games where they're a home underdog as well, all 5 of those went under the total. So that gives you an indication that when they are versing a better team at home, their defense does stand up to a degree. Looking into any margin trends as well for the Seagulls, fairly even. Nothing really stands out there. And then total points wise, the Seagulls did have 7 games where they scored 31 or more points. So that shows they're capable of putting on plenty of points. And then from an opponent perspective, generally teams were between that 11 to 30 points mark almost every game. So overall, when it comes to the Seagulls this upcoming season, I think they are definitely capable of making the top 8 if they remain healthy. And if they can improve their defense, their attack, that little bit more and keep their defense where it's at, then they are a premiership contender, but don't think they're quite just at the level required as of yet. But they're kind of like that bottom half of the top 8, maybe just out of the top 8 team as it currently stands. One issue I do have with the Seagulls and why it's like good to bet throughout the season and see how teams are going is because they are very inconsistent. If you look through their season wins 11, 8, 14, 7, 15, 7, 17, 9, 11. So being able to put seasons together is crucial for the Seagulls to do that consistently. So overall, good, solid defensively and improving their attack with Luke Brooks coming in, Trbojevic staying healthy. The Seagulls can make it this year, and I think they're a good betting proposition. If you want to watch more previews going through this information for all other 16 teams for the upcoming 2024 season, make sure you check out the other videos on the investor.bet YouTube channel.